Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second webinar for Medical Wellness Congress. As you sure know, my name is Vladikovanik. I am Congress Director of this first Medical Wellness Congress organized by Health and Beauty France, Cosmoprof, and co-organizer Forum Hotspot. This Congress will be held in Austria, 28 and 29 of June. And we are organizing every month one webinar with exceptional speakers and exceptional guests to bring you the idea and to bring you the aim of our Congress. We are now waiting 1 minute for all the participants connected. I am sitting in Paris with a very nice spring weather, and I would like to welcome, first of all, Dr. George Gaitanos in Switzerland. Dr. George Gaitanos is the Chief Operating and Scientific Officer of Group Chenot. He joined the Chenot group in 2013, was a right-hand man of Henri Chenot, and today is responsible for all operational success of Chenot facilities worldwide. Second, very interesting personality I would like to welcome is Mr. Pierre-Louis Delapalme, co-chairman and co-owner of Biologique Recherche France. Biologique Recherche France is a cosmetic brand. I know this brand for more than 40 years. And they are specialized in personalized treatment. They are now available in more than 70 countries. Pierre-Louis, bonjour. And the third gentleman I would like to welcome very, very hard is Jean-Guy de Gabriac. Jean-Guy de Gabriac is extraordinary global trotter. He is founder of Tip Touch company and Wellness World Week. Imagine that this Wellness World Week is connecting today with more than 110 countries and more than 500 cities. And I think that Jean-Guy, he is only changing the planes and hotels because this idea is tremendous. And I am very happy that I can give him the word and he will moderate all these 30 minutes webinar. Have a nice time. And Jean-Guy, I give you the word.
Thank you so very much, Vladi, for your kind words, for your introduction, and for mentioning the World Wellness Weekend. Yes, that was launched in 2017 and now in 109 countries and over 500 cities. Thank you so very much. Thank you also to Beauty Forum France for organizing this panel in connection with the Medical Wellness Congress. These are very challenging times, to say the least, not just because of COVID-19 and the fact that it's forcing every professional in the hospitality, tourism, spa, beauty sectors to rethink, readjust, reset their strategy and their operations. No, it's not just COVID. These are challenging times also because of all the time we spend on Zoom, Teams, Google Meet for webinars. This is taking so much time in our lives. This is why this 30-minute session, with this session, we will go straight to the point so that Pierre-Louis Delapalme and Dr. George Gaitanos can share innovative insights and best practices led by science. It is not just governments that need to base their decisions and regulations on science. Owners, general managers of luxury hotels and resorts, as well as spa directors, can highly benefit from science-led wellness. By the way, if you want to ask questions as you are attending this session, please use the Q&A button, not the converse button, but the Q&A button. So let's dive right in, gentlemen. As you know, developers around the world, and especially in the luxury hotel segment, are currently creating innovative and profitable wellness offers to match the demand in the market. Do you see, and let's start with you, Pierre-Louis, do you see a gap widening between the traditional beauty-centered spas on the one hand, and on the other hand, health-optimizing spas where genetic testing, microbiome analysis, and circadian health are being implemented?
Well, actually, thank you. But actually, I see the gap rather narrowing than widening. And everybody is trying to converge to more prevention and a more holistic approach to wellness. So in short, medical spa will extend their know-how and services to treatment pre and post procedures. And at the same time, beauty spa will try to extend their expertise into nutrition, deeper diagnosis, etc., etc. So I see the gap narrowing, in short.
True, but so many people are now putting words on paper, new names of treatments on menus. You said, as we were preparing this session, that credibility is key, not just the words you start using now.
Yeah, I mean, that's very true. Everybody is driving towards that direction. The key challenge is the training, the expertise, and the reality of the expertise with probably new experts, new hires, and a lot of training. So that's the challenge, to make it happen in a kind of credible and expert way, especially for the beauty centers.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Thank you, Pierre-Louis. George, how do you see this gap? Is it widening?
I think I will agree with Pierre-Louis that there is an increasing demand on bridging a wider and more in-depth wellness experience. You know, and now with the ongoing pandemic, more than ever, travelers, health and wellness seekers, spa goers are seeking ways to further enhance their well-being. And as Pierre-Louis said, from nutrient-rich meals to science-led treatments and diagnostics. But I want to focus on the challenges that there are there to bring such experience to a very high level. Because after all, you know, the most important thing is to find the right employees with the knowledge and skill set, you know, in order to be able to implement this. Then you need to find the right science-based technologies which will blend well with the overall offering that you are having or you are providing. There is an investment of a lot of equipment which is required to do that. And last but not least, you must have the storytelling aspect of things, you know, the transformative journey that you want to offer, the claims, without actually losing the scientific value in it, you know. And this is why we always, us as a company, Chenot, we're always trying to provide the science behind wellness. This is our driving force. You know, we've been one of the pioneers, I feel, in the medical wellness industry, and we have defined the concept of health wellness. We have dropped the end between health and wellness. So now we have health wellness retreats, we have health wellness hotels, we have health wellness spas. So we integrated the concept of health into the wellness since 2015. And our newly opened properties, Chenot Palace Vegas, Montenegro is coming, and also our Chenot Spa in Malaysia, all are we're trying to translate this concept of health wellness on the different levels of properties that we have.
Thank you, George. To go back to you, it's not just science now, and it's not just innovation now. Science has been in your DNA for the group for the past 40 years. How about the core principles of your approach, and how do they keep evolving? George.
Yeah, you know, let me start by saying that, you know, in our philosophy, I think we discussed this before, we're not based on treating disease. Instead, we're trying to promote wellness with preventative and health promoting actions. So in a way, we act in a proactive way and not in a reactive way, with a holistic vision of the body, an integrative approach into our method of work, and everything we do is very personalized. Now we have, in 50 years of experience, 50 years of research, we have the Chenot method, as you know, which is our scientific and practical framework of our work and over the programs and the offerings that we provide. And the method lies in a research-driven approach to the diagnostics, to the way of treatments are carefully designed, executed, and thoughtfully connected, because you need synergy of things, you know. We have created a lot of diagnostics. We have a lot of parameters we're looking at. We call them the Chenot lifestyle biomarkers. So we're trying to see the impact of lifestyle on our body. And in a way, if you like, we're trying to monitor the impacting of aging, of the aging process from the lifestyle perspective. So we have created an index, the Vitality Index. And this Vitality Index, let's say, is our monitoring and marker system. It measures, let's say, your vitality status. You know, consider it as a sophisticated wellness score. So we have a lot of diagnostics starting from gene expressions, microbiota, blood analysis, to fitness assessments, levels of stress in the body, and all this creates an algorithm, which is your index, which basically tells you how full your battery is. Because, you know, the fuller the battery, the younger you are.
Indeed, indeed. So definitely the method is there, but it's never static, and congratulations for that.
Continuously, our method is continuously evolving, you know, because things are changing and are moving fast.
Absolutely.
And so we adapt.
Pierre-Louis, tell us more about the Biologique Recherche methodology and how you've, and the recent innovations you've launched, especially with MyBeauty DNA.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm fully in line with what has just been said, because our founding conviction is that everything starts with the diagnosis. It's exactly when you go to a doctor, you choose a doctor because you know he has a good reputation in making the right diagnosis, not for the medicine he's going to prescribe, unless you have silly thoughts. So in that direction, we have already invested a lot in the diagnosis with the Skin Instant Lab, which is measuring the skin, the Visio Lab, taking pictures. And now, thanks to science, we have launched MyBeauty DNA, which is a program that is allowing you to predict what your skin will become in terms of strengths and weaknesses. So that's very important, because as research advances, last surveys are showing that DNA is actually responsible for more than half of your skin condition today and tomorrow. And the second advantage is that the DNA survey will tell you what you cannot see and what will happen. So with measuring, taking pictures, and MyBeauty DNA, you have the full picture of the iceberg. And then, of course, you can do the right personalization and treatments.
Well done. And as you were both saying, this requires tremendous research, innovation, ongoing. Yeah. Is this part of the secret of your success? Because although the hospitality industry has been decimated last year, both your companies have managed to grow internationally, and especially with partnering with the luxury hotels and resorts. And to continue with you, Pierre-Louis, I know for a fact that you are partnering with over 200 luxury hotels and palaces worldwide, including 40 in the USA. So please let us know a little bit more about the success, the secret of your success, and how it is leading also to the success of your partnering properties.
Well, first of all, to be honest, being in skincare meant that we were more protected than other categories in the beauty industry. Makeup has suffered, perfume has suffered, skincare has less suffered. So we started with a kind of better situation. Of course, hotels have suffered a lot, but what we try to do with our partners and with the end customers is never to cut the link, always to stay in contact through training, virtual, of course, through coaching, skin coaching, and finding ways to make possible for end customers to still buy the products, despite the fact that many spas were physically closed. And through the spas, we maintained that very deep contact with the customers. So So just to summarize, staying close to customers, giving them advice, giving them added value, and in turn, they were continuing to purchase skincare products, our products specifically. So that was the reason why we went through COVID without too much damage.
Thank you, Pierre-Louis. What about you, George? Today, the Chenot Group is really different brands, different places across the world.
Yes, we we're around now almost 50 years, and we have a momentum. The brand has developed strength and trust. We collaborate with partners who share the same vision with us. What is important, in addition to all we discussed before, diagnostics, personalized programs, evidence-based, high-tech, high-touch, I think a part of our success is when our clients, when they visit us, they feel listened, they feel valued and esteemed throughout their stay. And also we have very good professionals who play an integral part to each step of the whole process. So we're trying to put together teams with the finest talent, that will work in perfect synergy and ensuring that even a short stay for a guest is a regenerating stay. I think this is very, very important to our success, in addition to all the science that we have, all the diagnostics. And we are delivering, the promise. So everything we do is evidence-based, result-proven. So the company, having strength, trust, credibility, like we discussed before, and the right partner, I think it can be a success, only success.
Absolutely, and this is encompassing, of course, Switzerland, where you are right now at the Chenot Palace Vegis, but also the one and only Porto Novi in Montenegro, opening very soon.
Here in Switzerland during the pandemic, we opened June 2020, okay, in the middle of everything. Is a proof of that our concept towards integrating health into well-being is a massive success. I mean, and being a medical facility, our guests, employees, partners, key stakeholders, they're always happy, believe and trust us on this sector.
Absolutely, and all the way to Azerbaijan, Greece, Malaysia, as you said, Morocco and Russia. And one last thing before we talk a little bit more about the skin, because we're about halfway through our panel right now and we still have a few questions, and we would love to hear from the people attending this panel. If you want to contribute, if you have a burning question and we have the time to ask it, please use the Q&A button, as I suggested before. One thing that I wanted to focus on again, George, is not just the number of your guests. Right now, I believe you have over 80 guests currently in Switzerland at Palace Vegis, when all across Europe, everyone's saying that things are closed. You're open and well open, but also the number of the repeat guests that come. And I remember that my marketing teacher said a client, someone coming for the first time is not a client, it's the opportunity of a client. And a client is someone who decides to come back.
Yes. We have many repeaters. I'm talking about Switzerland now. We do have many repeaters, despite that we're operating now 6-7 months. We see people here being already, now is their third visit, because they see the benefit out of this. I assume the borders being closed, also not allowing them to go anywhere else, I think. And they come here, and I think they value what we do, and they feel the benefits. And so they're coming very often.
Thank you, George. Speaking about guests and about the stress and anxiety that they have to face, also wearing the mask that can create dermatological issues. The skin is known to be the largest organ of the body and also the mirror of the internal health of the other organs. Have your teams noticed some major changes in premature aging in your client's skin, or are you developing new products or treatments to address the dramatic lifestyle changes of your guests? George?
You mean? As I said to you, we had a lot of diagnostics. Of course, we addressed skin. We evaluate skin condition, but we're more focused mainly on intrinsic factors, because as you said very well, whatever happens inside the body is reflected in your appearance, your skin. So we have a special diagnostics. We have digital infrared thermal imaging. So we can actually see from thermal images from the skin what's happening within the body. We can actually see inflammation. We can see autonomic balance of the nervous system. But we also have fantastic devices, ultrasound, measuring skin collagen thickness, hydration levels, all these measurements, pH, whatever, on the skin. So all these state-of-the-art treatments. We do see people, aging faster than they should. And therefore, we're trying to give all these lifestyle recommendations, advices, suggestions. We're developing products in this direction, addressing extrinsic factors, so SPF, hydrating creams. I think this is very, very important. Good nutrition, good lifestyle, a lot of sleep. And we're trying to combine this now with our molecular lab. So we're actually trying to see certain genes which relating to collagen production and what we call heat shock proteins, which they affect collagen from changes in the temperature. So we have cryo chamber here. We have also rooms with high temperature, and we see how this affects the skin. There's a lot of tech going on here.
Yes, very high tech and definitely very high touch. How about you, Pierre-Louis? What do you see with all your ambassades de beauté, your beauty embassies around the world?
I mean, as you know, the skin is very complex. It's the only living organ that is renewing itself every 24, 26 days. Everybody has different skin condition. So it's very complex, but what we can see globally, and we are in 80 countries, is that there is a common trend towards more sensitiveness. And we can see that across countries, ethical origin, age. And probably the reason is a combination of food habits, of health habits, of pollution, of course, sometimes using too harsh or not appropriate products as well. So if I could see a common trend, I would say skin sensitiveness, food allergies have also an impact on skin. Skin sensitivity, skin sensitiveness. And this is probably one of the reasons why we will be launching in some months' time our first range of products and food supplements, including probiotics, against skin sensitiveness and atopic skin in sterile packaging without any preservative. So that's probably one of the main evolution that I see in skin across the countries.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you, Pierre-Louis. I'd like to stay with you for a little while, because developing all these products, using all this high-tech machinery, requires a lot of expertise. And some of the people listening to this session may ask, how do I make it accessible to my team? What is the training necessary to gain the expertise for doctors, but also for estheticians, therapists? And I know in 2020, everyone has gone digital, especially with training. You have done remarkable digital innovations for training. Can you let us know about the MOOC you've done and the educational platform?
Yeah, I mean, education is one of our 3 pillars or priorities for forever. So where we were lucky is that 5 years ago, we started being a private MOOC dedicated to our partners, which is now available in 18 languages, has more than 60 different modules from understanding the skin to the products, the procedures, the diagnosis. And of course, when COVID started, that has helped a lot and has boosted our education capabilities. What we believe is that post-COVID, the future will be blended learning. So it will be a combination of presential, because virtual will never replace presential physical teaching and education with virtual education. So that's the future, and it's true that we have invested in a tool that is massive and that has helped a lot during COVID. Now, it's true also that every brand is different. we need an investment from people on education. So, education works both ways. You give education, but education has to be received. And we're always saying that the beauticians that we love and we are looking for everywhere in the world are beauticians that have a brain and hands. And we really need both, especially when you want to do personalization and a certain level of expertise. Okay? That's why education is so important.
Thank you, Pierre-Louis. How about you, George? Very specific education for the estheticians, of course, but also for the doctors.
Yes, I mean, ongoing education trainings are also our key pillars to successfully deliver our concept. Chenot Palace Vegas is now being our flagship property. We have a lot of research and innovation here, so we do all our education here. We are unlike Pierre-Louis brand. Here we need the physical touch. So we cannot do a lot of things online, particularly when you have all these therapists delivering the treatments. And so we get our people coming over here, like in the case now in Montenegro, we're about to open. All the medical staff will come here, or we send trainers to the facility, because it's very important we combine the science-based technologies with the ultra quality service delivered by highly trained professionals. So as the science evolves, we also ensure that our professionals in-house are equally dynamic to cope with these ongoing evolutions.
Thank you, George.
Regular trainings, education, I think it's very, very important.
Thank you, thank you. I believe what you've shared today answered partly one of the questions, which was to help and guide the developers of new wellness content who want to satisfy the changing needs. And maybe a few words, Pierre-Louis, about the changes you see in guest behavior because of COVID when they come to spas. Do you see something very different? Do you see different types of COVID affected people, those who believe they'll be okay because you take all of the safety measures and sanitization, and the other ones who want to see the procedures done in front of their eyes? Do you see changes in behavior?
Well, one of the reasons why I'm so optimistic about wellness is that, honestly, as soon as we were able to reopen spas, people just rushed, They were crying about going back to spas and having treatments and coming back to real wellness, okay? So that's great, because it means how much they need that. They need prevention, they need being taken care of, they need the personal interaction, they need coaching, advice. So I would say the major change is just the proof of how much this business, this category, wellness is important for people, and even more every day, every year. So some of us are really suffering. I do understand that, but let's be optimistic, because we are here for the long run, and wellness, prevention, integration is really the future. So as soon as it reopens, they are rushing back, then we might close again for a short time, but in a very short period of time, we'll be back in business, and in a very, very big way.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Pierre-Louis. Go ahead, George.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I agree with Pierre-Louis that as soon as the borders open, I think it will be the whole thing will flourish.
Especially with what you said, George. They don't just come back; they come back and back and back and back, because they are repeaters. And this is really what's important, to make sure that whoever are your most loyal clients right now, you reach out to them, and not you, George and Kelly, but all of the people listening to this section. Reconnect with your regulars, with your local clients, so that they feel safe to come back, and then they can tell to their friends that it is safe to go back also.
That is correct. Because of the nature of our business as a brand, having this medical offering, obviously we have a lot of treatments which strengthen, if you like, the immune system. And we also have some treatments where people feel they should come following a recovery from an infection. And of course, also this adds to whatever we discuss now, you know, and this is a reality.
Thank you very much, George. Maybe one word to conclude, because this is the time. And as you know, when Vladi says you have 30 minutes, we have 30 minutes. Usually she says you have 7 or 8. Now we had really 30. What would be in just one word or one sentence, George, and then Pierre-Louis, your message on how to navigate this time with confidence so that people come safely and gladly back to your institutions and your spas? George and Pierre-Louis, maybe the final word in one word or a sentence.
I'm not sure I will answer directly to your question, but
Yeah.
I would say one of the things which are, in my opinion, key is that even if we are physically confined, we should never be mentally confined. Okay, yes. and let's take that as an opportunity to think differently, to prepare, to build new ideas, because we have, in a way, more time. We travel less. So again, I think I see that almost as an opportunity to think differently and to prepare for the future. And again, the key message is don't be mentally confined.
Thank you very much.
I think it's very nicely said, Pierre-Louis. I will only add a quote by Captain Tom Moore, who, you know, he left us at the age of 100, that tomorrow is going to be a good day. And I think this will inspire us all. Reduce anxiety, fears. We need to think of today, you know, not trying to make projections into the future, because in a way this creates a lot of anxiety.
Thank you very much, Pierre-Louis Delapalme, Dr. George Gaitanos. Vladi, you have the last word.
Nevertheless, I think I am very happy from this panel, and I hope that everybody, we shall see each other in Austria in June, because I am so optimistic and so really positive minding that I hope that we shall see all 150 people together, and we shall have a very interesting conversation, not only about COVID, but much more. Thank you very much, Dr. Gaitanos, Pierre-Louis Delapalme, and Jean-Guy. Thank you very, very much, and hope to see you soon. Have a nice evening, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Vladi. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.